Lynch likes another. April 14th, 2026 inizia. Tuesday today we are here at Australia St. Cloud is sky in general here, and it also seems now it's really 13 and 5 minutes. 64 Fahrenheit, 18 winter now also for spring welcome, and then so the round of all the season computer seasons will come with reports as I had spring only for if I had spring only first weeks so that is visible and the previous size much better so much for 3 years and the previous size in the 10 1 a.m. ora sapsono che mi fa poi sono poi scene così misura attraverso che non si usa so senza insomma proposto che activation to change but non per sparo che tutto qui I think this will be a so the spring esame for the esame di autunno inizia si fa con l'esame sui esercizi 8 for autumn and soft for winter esercizi corso so that già for this period for season so repeat the schedule and together the degrees at this me was something was in the so the company now really winter in spring in pratica in the second in fact in series for here it's really spring since that today we are the perfect many temperature these all these things for the Italy in general, in particular this city here so yes so non finché sempre si conti di servizi sicuro fuori Fahrenheit 18 Celsius non per cui siamo scrivere ci vedi si fu today Blue sky, golden sunshine, all along the way. Everyone, never today. Yes, blue sky, blue sunshine. And I think not completely easy, but in a few minutes it came out. Really close. Sunday and new passes. Now I see the things in fact the things later the channel will come out a bit in a few minutes. Things expected just one is expected and singing except for the train for that's gonna be some Muslim you sing the game after man was for some is absolutely if you know me you might for some if you can boy so you better me solo me إذا شان ينتهي سي نطولي سيقول لي ده السبلان عشان يكون تنسى ترتيب سكس بسنا في بس كيس it's impossible abuse the activities this is a visit adesso يعني ما بدي بتبي في minutes كمان adesso venerdì là sono Skynet così vede più ci bars una parlita sono praticamente sì Cristina ne seguo senti seguo structure di me non fanno evidenza Skynet use maximum stress more or less compare sport and attention copy that not calling maybe emergency you are also use it and schedule attention at the same time well so io faccio quando uno guarda queste mie frasi sono frasi studenti io questi senza un nome non ho visto per sì capito perché allora non è che fosse per questo beautiful way with the painter with di quando basta per questo come te oggi delle informazioni oggi donne come sono te che quanto first comment or for to comment or one of them is come se non ci consiglio questo che ricordo che c'è nel one side sì in frase sono prossimi seconds ora non è capito no in detto giù le bet se c'è tra le nostre video di ci riesce a più ma te scatta sveglia con discussione ma non lo so mi voto from that perspective, also measure by protection of the rest of the right now to secure should be right now to see not like in the later the bit should be under the bit one second for the best could take a bit usually thing with the technical also for the system for the report soon I got nothing non smart factories and writing government generation is still kind of route and there's an economic issue which I was saying is a short story that of when there is it will shoot and also reason tomorrow is the approximation also the little speed just sentence is I was very sporting so I did one say very good the techniques also is for the first systems but this is my bit so you got working also get it one second and success now also you get a bit of so what is what the bit special also you get push button as well as little speech sentences about those who know is better even for me sentire di inizio espansioni di genere purchase ma tu sono better visible for me sentite di inizio espansioni di genere and finally one of the two magic simple così so this also is imagination and yeah, this also film da this also non short perché il film torna January 24 magari things told it was a study matter magari things was Michael Onsen 80th birthday and sono matchmade also known as Twin Peaks Sheriff Department ritrovo vedo quanto sono migliorare simultaneamente the same person one and the same and magari things are dedicated to him my first version was interpretation or the video one which is the first interpretation of the track to community for continuing people sul masterpiece Joseph and True from Twin Peaks season 2 and yes so I dedicated it to him but originally in fact I dedicated it to him was for the very popular hit on March 22 last March 22 I also dedicated it to Marcinich but his birthday fact March 22 it didn't birthday if so much or died on December 11 22 and also dedicated it to Mr. Lynch's birthday on January 10th party 4 days before my current semester so dedicated his birthday okay so I dedicated it to now it's dedicated to all of them and for fact I should upload a short video that so I should also refresh cioè tu faccio on the next day I'm thinking to dedicate this video to with other situation also to John Chen because our education so just back at from singing one in person because on next April 26 will be John Chance birthday will be 65 to 32. I think I dedicated this video and if few days before over to John Chance's birthday and wait for the fish rush for the Man City comment about channel second reference second or the second one of them it's one of the last video probably I was thinking to shoot shot you can see a qual condition keeper but a qual condition senza essere contesto in fuori infatti si partita se non problem in keeper effect in sonnet in spin lo stato di te problem si mette e se nada il te problem but the main problem repeat effect in sonnet in spin one day sono in esame tra di fixita siamo di più non c'è un prezzo di 22 ore non sembra come se fosse bische sempre io le back it's waiting here also last week in Thomas and if somebody that's the late in general for the people ball for Mario content for minors non sta più molto questo per mai vi siamo sicuramente più perché sembra già since February adesso since March in libri pratica senza spingere più once again next sembra già si mette a scrivere ma tempo all important is very the record actually someone at it was starting fucking next 15 minutes sostituito per perché mi scrive difendere parte di mettere su adesso su 5 3 di 0 si mette su ragione guarda ripeto guarda close the record ma not tool guarda ripeto close the record later sono adesso 32 non yes in genere non yes Chesterfield they just roll you just on court in 5 minutes Matte, in parting scesso in senza poi occhio di forte non ci sono anni lang no sa we almost say breakfast most beautiful food absolutely في زمان في مورينيا شو مورينيا is مورينيا surely yes also sto punto in click effect squeeze by breakfast to see the reason try in fact si può dire di mio si credo di blue red dark blue white for gas non ci forse fatto cosa blue and white light blue on this is and for aspects remember some first from the same story words regarding time using it in a tinta prego front centimetri e tinta un matte finger in tinta prego our things up sono if they follow me in practice non fa console try this weather reports finger on body was no one which any under me so no weather reports e se ti should be repeat it should be the time bino mette produce to one day or one time sono in time ci beso beta mi si detto ne ci sta using me speech and for the shot sinus job bi look but maroni sono for the bix frisare nel biscuit era mi fatto fare dramma in più come sono biscuit and see I think to one not mess con la chocolate chip cookies hot dog cookies chips chocolate chips and if I let me see first prefer to biscuit misalinci